buy high and sell low on the cap rate, on the capital return. You want people to pay more and get less capital return. Okay, one more concept, and I think you got this, I think. Here's the difference between residential and commercial. In residential, I talked about this, right? Remember yesterday? And in residential, you're trying to find a good deal, a deal below market. What's sold here, what's sold there, what's sold here, everything sold here for about 500. This guy want to sell at 400. You want to take it at 400, sell it at 490. You're trying to find something below comparable sales. But when it comes to commercial, you're trying to find a property that you can get, increase the net operating income, and be able to sell it for more. How do you do that? Is you get it at higher cap rate X, and sell it for lower cap rate. That means people will pay more to get lower capital return. If I want to sell this, let's say I'm able to do the 900,000. I pay it at 900. And I want to sell it at 9% cap, not 10. How much will I get? It's netting 100,000. I just bought it for 900,000. Boom. And I want to sell the property at 9% cap. 9% cap. How do you calculate that? Take your calculator again. Okay, so take your calculator. Thank you. Go 100,000 divided by 0.09. You're going to sell it for, yeah, exactly, 1,101,000. I like all the ones. Are you with me on this? No, you're not with me. Okay, I'll tell you. When you have, these are the three numbers you need, by the way. Selling price, net operating income, and cap rate. If you have two, you get the third. So let's play with it a little bit. If a property is netting $72,000 net operating income, and I tell you, I want to sell this at 10% cap, how much will it sell for? 720,000. It's an easy calculation. But what if I told you, this one is in a really nice place, I'm selling it at 4% cap? How will you calculate what you just did with your head? Take the 72,000, divide it by 0.04. And what does it give you? 1,800,000. What if I say, what if you tell me, no, I want to offer you 5% cap? Take the 72,000 divided by 0.05, and what do you get? So you see how big of a difference? 1,440. So sometimes I'm dealing commercial and I negotiate with people on cap rates. Because it's easier to negotiate. I tell the people, no, you want to sell it to me at 4% cap. I need at least 5% cap, so my capital works at 5. But the difference is huge. 360,000 less. Are you with me on this? Some of you got excited, some got depressed. I don't know what happened. It's just the way the numbers work.
But the cap rate is pretty set.
Okay, good. I knew this question was coming and I kept, okay. So, here are the beautiful United States of America, all right? If you divide the country, if you will, in three sections, West Coast will be the lowest cap rate, so let's say, I'm going to stay with the 6%. East Coast, some areas like Florida and New York and all this, 6%. You Midwest, about 8%. And smaller towns, you may get like 10%, etc. So this is in general, you get, like in this area, and instead of California, like Seattle, Washington area, some parts of Portland, the bigger cities, you'll pay lower cap. Are you with me? But what's happening here is, you want to find the opportunities, not just in the selling price. Now, if we are lucky enough to find a distressed sale, somebody in a hurry, somebody who has urgent need, sometimes it's not a distressed situation. I've had situations where the seller tells me, I got this better deal, so I'm going to discount this, but move fast, because I need to move on to the next deal, which is going to be a home run for our family. Okay, that's not a distressed situation. He's happy, I'm happy, it's all positive energy. And that's when I tell you, you can't steal in slow motion. The guy wants to close now. So close. Stop negotiating and close. Do you have the money? You have a syndication ready? Do you have the money parked somewhere that you can use it? Because if you don't, you just keep missing out and frustrating yourself more and more and more. You know? So sometimes all I do is I can take it in the same area. It's at 8% in that area. And all I do is I just improve the net income knowing that it's going to be 8% in that area. So for every dollar I bring, it's going to be 12.5 times. It's a multiplier effect. So how do we know what the cap rate is? How do we know what the cap rate is in a certain area? You can go like on websites like loopnet.com, and then you can put a zip code 91356, Tarzana for instance, and start looking at apartment buildings certain sizes and start seeing what they're selling for. So hey, 30 units here is selling at 6% cap. 40 unit sold at 5.7% cap. 52 unit sold at 6.3% cap. So okay, so this area is around 6% here. So that's what is happening in that area. Oh, this one sold at 7% cap. That means it sold at a lower price compared to the net income. Are you with me, yes or no? Because somebody's getting more capital return on their money. Why? You go visit the property, you go take a look, it's in shambles. Balcony needs rehab, there is not painted outside, you walk in, the elevator says out of order. So okay, somebody's taking it, they paid a little less and accepted good because there is potential for them to reposition it. And then when you think about it, you say, how much am I going to spend and how much is going to make? I give you a perfect example. One unit. I took one apartment. It was a 1-bedroom, 1-bath unit. And it was rented for $1,050. Now the market was about $1,300. I could have probably got it $1,300, but he put a set on the market a little longer to get $1,300 for this. When the people said they want to leave on that unit, I realized that it's a historic property, so the ceiling is very high. So we said, well, let's get an approval, get a permit to put a mezzanine. And we have this area back here, we can put 2 bathrooms. So you have a mezzanine, will be another bedroom, and a little bit walk-in closet. So we're going to spend, they told me $37,000, ended up being $51,000. But let's say $50,000 I spent. Are you with me? But when I finished and it became a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, we're able to rent it for $2,300. So let's do the math. If I got an extra $1,250 times 12 months, that's how much? What's 12,500, huh? 15,000 more a year, but I paid 50,000. Is that a good return on investment, yes or no? So it was a no-brainer, even though they told me it's going to be 31 to 32,000 to make the changes. But then when they did the changes, we were delayed a little bit, and I calculate time. A lot of people just calculate money, or I calculate time. Because time costs you money. Are you with me on this? The longer it takes you to do anything, the more it's going to cost you. If you fix the property for $50,000 in 2 months, it's a lot better than fixing it for $50,000 in 5 months. You're with me on this? Because then you're starting to recover faster. So, but it made a lot of sense. So you can take some properties that have issues and you do the numbers and you say, if I fix these units and it's going to cost me each one $20,000 to do this, I'm going to do here, I'm going to spend $200,000. But I'm going to get so much more in rent and the building value will increase by so much multiplier, I'm doing it. It's going to cost me 90 days to do this. On the 4th month, as soon as they're rented, you do what's called the pro forma. That means the future extrapolated numbers, the future numbers. So on the 4th month, the building jumped up in value. It's not like you have to wait forever. The day you make the change, and the change took effect, you increase the value of the property. So if I'm buying a property, and I renegotiate the insurance, and I drop the cost of insurance by $5,000 a year, and I renegotiate the trash cans they have in the back, and drop another cost of maybe $3,000 a year, I just made $8,000 more net in that building, and it took me 2 phone calls in 1 day. In 1 day, here's the new insurance, and here's the new trash collection stuff, 8,000. In a 4% cap area, that means every 4,000 is worth 100. Right there, I got an extra 100,000 a year. Are you with me? 8,000 a year. Okay, so I can do more. So that property increased in value by 200,000. Because the multiplier, people will pay more because they're netting an extra 8,000. If it's a 10% cap and I saved 8,000 a year, it's worth 80,000 more. So when I'm looking at a property, how much more can I bring to the bottom line? So now can I buy it less than market? Can I do some changes that improve the building? Can I do some changes to the operation itself? Now this effort is going to make me increase the net income by 100,000. In this area, I'm going to make 2 million profit on this. Okay, I want it. Now, how quickly can I make all these changes? And when a contractor comes, I say, how much will you charge me to do this? Okay, I'm getting some other bids. And how long will it take? How long will it take? How long will it take? And the one that's going to be accepting an incentive, you finish earlier, I'll pay you this. You finish later, I'll take so much out, penalty. I do with them the work. So you're able to make a lot in a lot shorter period of time.